Parts of the San Gabriel Valley are under mandatory evacuations as rains continue to come down. CCN's Tammy Devine went to La Cañada, where emergency crews are focusing most of their attention right now.
You might have heard the song, "It Never Rains in Southern California." Well, this entire week proves that false. And residents here in La Cañada are keeping a close eye on the hills above their homes during this week-long storm system in case of mudslides.
Everyone has a concern. You never know exactly the conditions that will come about.
Some debris basins like this one are getting so full in the Paradise Valley neighborhood of La Cañada, emergency crews are letting 106 households know it's time to evacuate. Officials say 64 homes are in immediate danger and evacuation is mandatory for them. The Los Angeles Crest Highway is closed as rushing water tears through the roadway and down the mountain.
The mudslides could be a problem because the hills were denuded as a result of the fire.
Yeah.
And that's a real concern. So mudslides, I think, are primary. And I think that the flood control installations that we have should be able to handle the rain.
With nearly a full week of rain expected, people here say they hope the work of emergency crews to clean up the fire-ravaged hillsides throughout the year will keep the mud from destroying their property.
We know that they're vigilant, we know that they're capable, and we have great confidence in them. So we look at the rain and we say it's good for some things, but too much is difficult, but we think we'll be able to overcome the difficulties.
People I spoke with today also say that they're doing okay so far, but their big concern is Thursday. That's when the most damage is expected. In La Cañada, Tammy Devine, CCN.
Evacuees with no place to go have been taking shelter at the La Cañada South Gym. Fire officials are urging residents evacuation areas to leave immediately and to play it safe so they don't endanger themselves or emergency responders. To tell us more about the emergency response and the situation at the shelters, we have Mary Schander from the local Red Cross. Thanks for coming to our studios, Mary. I know that there's a lot going on, so we appreciate the time. What is the Red Cross doing to help evacuees?
Chapters of the American Red Cross in Southern California are preparing and activating shelters for the people who are displaced by the storm and mandatory evacuations. For our local area, the La Cañada High School on Oak Drive is the site for the evacuation and shelter center. We are preparing that right now. It will be open at noon today, January 20th, and we will stay open as long as the mandatory evacuations are in place and as long as people need us.
Okay. And is La Cañada the only place you have shelters? Do you have other?
There are other shelters in Los Angeles County for the other burn areas, but for our immediate area, La Cañada High School, should there be a need for other shelters, the public would be notified and we will be opening to meet the needs.
Okay. Now, the shelter was also open on Monday and you had some power outage there. How long did it take to get everything up and running?
The shelter actually was operational about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The power outage only affected the evening hours. Clearly, we had some of our emergency lights, and we have a priority from Southern California Edison that the shelter will come back on. I believe it was up, but we had closed the shelter by the time the power came on. We are up and running with power right now.
Okay, great. And how many people are at the shelter right now?
At this point, the shelter is being activated, but we are expecting, if it's one person, we're there for them. If it's 100 people, we're there for them.
Okay. And what services are available at the shelter?
At the shelter, we have food, clearly cots for people who don't have somewhere to go. We also have nurses and mental health as needed.
Okay. And do you have any tips for the evacuees? Anything they should be bringing, or?
I think most of the evacuees have been, unfortunately, through this before, but the main thing is to listen to the evacuation notice and go. It's better to come back than try to get out in an emergency.
And on that, are you working with police and fire officials as well to
Yes.
help the evacuees? Okay.
Yes, indeed. The police and fire keep us informed of additional evacuation areas, and in the station fire, the fire officials stopped by the shelter twice a day.
Okay. And where can people go to get more information?
They can go to the Los Angeles Red Cross chapter's website, but the news media, cable is the best source for updated information along with radio.
Okay. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, and we're going to have you continue because this isn't the only disaster that the Red Cross is involved in helping. As the United States and other nations race to bring aid to the survivors of the tragic earthquake that devastated the island nation of Haiti last week, people all over the world are trying to find ways to contribute. Many organizations benefited from social media as alerts went out on Facebook and Twitter urging friends to give via mobile text message campaign. The American Red Cross raised millions doing the same thing. They also held a drive this weekend at the Rose Bowl for donations. Mary, can you also tell us about what the agency is doing with the Haiti relief efforts?
American Red Cross has a partnership with the other agencies as well as had people already on the ground in Haiti that were Red Cross Haitian volunteers. So as the aid is getting in, Red Cross has been delivering their aid primarily over the land bridge from the Dominican Republic. As the aid has been getting in, Red Cross has been distributing the food and water. Water is still an issue, but Red Cross has a system whereby people are registered and given a voucher. So Red Cross has not experienced some of the issues that other aid agencies have with some of their goods not getting to the people who need them the most. The Red Cross has the International Committee of the Red Cross has a website to link families, but Red Cross has been raising money. It's going to be a long time. It's going to be, the projection is 3 years.
Oh, wow. That is a really long time. Now, I know you raised some money this weekend at the Rose Bowl, and, you know, with these storms coming in, I'm sure, you know, it started getting to the back burner in some ways as people become numb to seeing so many of the images. But then just today there was another, they're saying aftershock, but probably, as you mentioned, another earthquake.
Yes.
This morning. How do you think that's going to affect the funds being raised?
Americans are incredibly attuned to what is going on in the rest of the world. They are very, very conscious of the needs of others in the world, and so we expect that the contributions will continue to pour in with people opening their hearts, and as seen at the Rose Bowl, children opening their piggy banks to give what they can to support others in real need.
Now, do you think this is a mixed blessing, as some people are saying, that, you know, this is a chance for Haiti to rebuild with, you know, proper building codes and just really be able to get help to its people?
Well, I mean, the Red Cross position is we will be there for people, we will help them as they're needed, and the governmental agencies, we wish them the best.
Okay. And during Katrina, the Red Cross had to stop taking donations, I believe, because they were overwhelmed. Is that going to be the situation here with Haiti?
It is highly unlikely.
Okay.
Katrina was, unfortunately, what you mentioned, a mixed blessing. Katrina was a learning experience. Red Cross has changed procedures since then, and we expect that the people of the United States will be very pleased to see the response by the American Red Cross, not only in Haiti, but also in our local areas.
Okay. So they can go to the Red Cross site to find out how they can get more involved?
Correct. Redcross.org or 1-800-RED-CROSS is for the Haiti relief. And to get the money through, you can also text Haiti on your cell phone for a $10 donation. And over half of our contributions so far have been online contributions.
Well, that's wonderful. And I know that you're rushing off to the shelters from our studio. So thank you so much for taking the time to come.
My pleasure.
We appreciate it.